See if anybody's on. Hey, can you hear me? I want to just make sure my sound is doing okay. All right, I'm just like messing around with my sound. So it's kind of like a dividends and chill night. So I don't want to do any more homework. I have like a 99%. So I just want to relax tonight just for about an hour or so. We'll be on we'll do like 9:30 to 10:30 or so. Wow, 7 people on. Just seeing how things are going. I made a tweet real quick, and I'm gonna. Wow, there's some new names I haven't seen on here like ever, so that's pretty cool. New names. It's probably my first time going live in a while. It's kind of like a investing and chill night. So good seeing you guys on here. If you guys need to do a quick bathroom break or something, I just want to get on here right now, preliminary wise, just to spread the word. I already put one tweet out to everyone, so let me just make a few things going.
Men's Warehouse believes you should love the way you look on your big day. With countless styles fit to you and fit to your way, you will love the styles fit to your way.
Let me just make one little Instagram story, and we'll get going. You guys have any dividend stocks you want me to review? Make sure you make some comments right now. MPW. I've done a few reviews on those guys. Probably do another one just to discuss the recent earnings report. It's actually got me a lot of attention doing videos, but I still own those guys. I'm still going to be long in them. Of course, as you guys know, this is not financial advice for entertainment purposes. Only disclaimer in the description. So I just want to be clear regarding that. I'm going to make a few shares on Hey, Hollywood reseller. How's it going? Speaking of Hollywood, how about VC Properties and GLPI? Ooh, I love that REIT. Well, we'll see with these REITs, but I can tell you right now the hospitals are being bombarded. There's high recommendations for skilled rehab, especially mental health. My area in Northeast Ohio, 2 really good hospitals closed with psych, and there's a high demand for psych. Unfortunately, mental health is getting worse, and it's an epidemic. I mean, there's a rise in alcoholism. There's a rise in all that. You can look at all the statistics. It's unfortunately, as a dividend investor, honestly, I will say this. Unfortunately, there's a reason why I own MPW is a demand of healthcare, and people are getting sicker. And that's just what's going on now. I mean, you're seeing younger people in the hospital, younger people on dialysis, younger people in diabetes. There was a study out recently discussing kids who have fatty livers already. They potentially might need liver transplants at 30. So it's just not a good trend right now. Again, the one thing, Mr. Saul, is that with real estate investment real estate investment trust, 90% of what they make go back to investors. So remember, PE ratio is not what we look for with REITs. Let's go, Shamir. How are you? It is FFO and AFFO, which is the most important thing regarding real estate investment trust. I also had a discussion with Ryan Williams actually over the phone regarding Kilroy Realty, and I added that in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. I really like that one. It's very solid, really like it, and he did a really good presentation, and I did my own due diligence, and I really like Kilroy Realty. So it's kind of a wing it thing. So a lot of you guys that hit the notification bell, you guys are being rewarded with me going live. And yeah, so it's exciting to see this channel grow, and exciting to see a lot more people on. Big, I'll have to look at that. I'm gonna look it up right now. Oh, Big Lots. I don't know. There's a high yield in the dividend. I may have to do a video on that. I'm gonna actually write that down right now. You know, I was really happy. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I did a video on this, a shorts, that I was really happy to see Life Storage kind of pull away from public storage because it's cheaper and it has a pretty good dividend growth. And I was very excited to see that. Yeah, Shamir, I really think the Canadian banks overall, I know the United States is a lot bigger with banks, but if you look at all the Canadian banks combined versus all the U.S. banks combined, dividend growth-wise, it might be Canada regarding the bank stocks. Oh my gosh, somebody from grade school that knows Lanny. So Lanny and I are really tight. What's going on? Wow, what a small world. I guess, yeah, I'm going to have to do a collaboration with Lanny and Bert. It's been a while. And thank you. Wow, small world. I know people are like pulling me aside and actually calling me Darth Dividend now. It's like somebody in public actually saw me and called me that. So I'm like, how do you know that? So I thought that was really interesting. There's actually like 2 or 3 people in my gym that are investors, and they actually converted to dividend investors. And it's really exciting to see people dividend invest and stop day trading, because day trading is not very exciting. Yeah, and Anthony, real quick, with Lanny, you've got a little DX, D Generation X for you. So there you go. So one thing that I posted a video on was Fifth Third Bank, FITB. That is pretty hot right now. That's a lie. Are you kidding? If you followed Darth Dividend, is this a joke or is this like pretty serious? Well, I mean, that's kind of glad to spread the word and kind of treat dividend investing as a retirement pension. So that's one thing that it's very surprising with nurses, how many people I've worked with. And literally, I talk with PCAs or have discussions with PCAs or people that before they even become a nurse, I tell them, invest in this, invest in this. Not giving financial advice, but I just show them kind of what I do off to the side. And I'm like, you need to look at VTI and go from there. Mr. Saul, is that actually are you a nurse as well? Healthcare worker, physician, or what? Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. People are starting to find out who I am. Actually, a nurse practitioner I used to work with called me by my name in the last day of retirement. I looked at her. I go, "How do you know?" I thought it was very interesting. So Smuckers, gosh, right out in Orville, very interesting. And I can tell you as a company that these guys are very solid. This is one, if I had a lot more money, I'm usually looking at my income stocks like Hercules Capital, Trinity, TRIN, the one I just did a video on, and many others that I basically looked at getting enough money from those income stocks to buy stocks like Smuckers and to get Pepsi and all that. Because if I can get 4,000 in dividends a month and actually distribute some of that money from my high yield dividend stocks like Arbor Realty Trust and others into stocks, I'm definitely looking at putting it in Smuckers. Yeah, I do think it is somewhat overvalued, and I strongly agree. I still think IIPR is way overvalued. another one, Innovative Industrial Properties. So what I find interesting, Mr. Sal, is how did my name come up? Like, were you discussing dividend stocks or dividend investing, or how did that come up? That's crazy that my name came up. Honestly, I hope all nurses find out about my name, because people are not putting money in a 401k or a 403b, and it's crazy. Yeah, I saw that with the. I honestly telling you guys, I cannot wait. All right, so it hit 9:30, so we're doing pretty good. 19 people, that's pretty impressive. So probably in about 2 minutes we'll start everything. But yeah, it's going to be interesting with the market. Very, very interesting. All right, so I'm going to go pretty much live. So what's going on, everyone? A lot of you guys that follow me and are YouTube subscribers, big thing about hitting the notification bell is that I'm live. You'll see me go live sometimes, and randomly, and right around wow, you just threw me off. He said he started investing around pandemic time, and he watches. Nice. Well, get him on here. We'll have to chat. But the perk about being a subscriber on this channel is everything's free. I don't have a Patreon account. I show you everything I buy. I'm very transparent about what I buy. I provide my rationales. And this is a perk for you guys being a subscriber and hitting the notification bell, because I'll appear at random times. I'll probably have a lot more things planned eventually once I graduate in August. I'll probably go live a lot more, do a lot more collaborations. And some of you guys that are subscribers, I could probably do a collaboration with, like record something and then show the video another time. I think that'd be motivational for everybody, to be on your A game and continue to invest. But I can tell you right now, my travel assignment is rough, really rough, and about just as bad as my hospital that I worked at before I started travel nursing. But the one positive thing that's going on is a little bit of teamwork on that unit. And the same thing is I have an ability to turbocharge my dividend portfolio. So that's one thing that you can consider, with your jobs, is once you get a new job or a raise, so make sure you dollar cost average every week for investing, a Roth, 403b, and other things. ARKR, I'll look at that one since you guys are on here. ARKR. I can look at some closed-ended funds. I really haven't done those. What's his name? Greg, that has done collaborations with Ian. Greg messaged me all the time on Instagram, and he has some pretty good strategies. I'll probably have to get him on here, and he really likes closed-ended funds. This is a guy who retired on dividend income, aka passive income, which is very exciting. And for somebody to retire on passive income, you know, Dave Ramsey is way off. He doesn't know what he's talking about, because there are numerous people who have retired on passive income or used passive income as a form of retirement pension. So that's one thing that people can look into and consider. I mean, everybody's different with their investing strategies, but I provide things for you guys, rationales. I have time now because I don't actually have didactic coursework. I'm just doing clinical rotations. I want to get this out of the way, and so I can really be active on my channel. I mean, long term, I would love to just have a YouTube channel and do YouTube videos and not have to be an NP, but that's probably not going to happen. So I'm just going to enjoy the ride and go from there. And I think, I don't like to say this, but we are not in a recession, but there are some issues with the market. And a lot of companies that were on the line, like AT&T, Intel, 3M, and others. I don't know if 3M will do a dividend cut, but there's some dividend cuts out there because there's issues going on. And, you know, there's layoffs going on. And there's a strong, still, I see this is not financial advice. I'm not an economic analyst or someone, but something's going to happen with the stock market, and I don't see it being very good. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but I just don't like the trends. Real estate's taking a hit, and if you saw my video that happened with my apartment complex catching on fire, there are a lot of people, and that was pre-built, by the way. That wasn't even completely built. There are a lot of people doing irrational things because they're losing money in real estate. And recently in Fairlawn, Ohio, a guy at a pizza store caught it on fire and wanted to move it to another location for insurance money. So there's a lot more apartment complex fires that are going on that are kind of red flags. A lot of stores that are catching on fire that aren't making sense. And I've seen this before a recession hit. And real estate is at a plateau right now. It's not as in the highs like it was for a while. So things are not looking good with the stock market and the economy. I'm just pointing things out that I've seen in trends. I'm not trying to be bearer of bad news or Nostradamus or anything like that, but just letting you know, make sure that you have enough money saved up, because I have money saved up in case if there's a huge dip that happens. And people still think a recession could happen. It could be a possibility. I don't want YouTube coming after me for something like, for making these claims, but I've seen the trends in the past, and this actually made me change careers for something that has more job stability. So dollar cost averaging is very important when it comes to investing. No panic selling. No panic selling. But I will tell you, I did sell WPC Carry because I didn't like the dividend trends, not because it's a bad dividend stock. It's a great dividend stock. But I threw that into KeyCorp because I want to get to 400 shares in KeyCorp. So I'm not upset with that decision. I had 25 shares of WPC carry, and I got it when the huge dip happened during the pandemic. And now I can buy, I think 3 or 4 shares a quarter now with KeyCorp. So that's something that's very exciting. I'm close. I mean, I'm almost at 400. I'm way past the halfway mark. And then VTRS, Viatris, I'm very excited to see that one. I mean, there's a dip there. They have a lot of medications, over-the-counter medications that people use. So that's another one that I'm looking at getting to potentially 400 shares. Just texting one of my buddies. What are my thoughts on JEPI and JEPQ? So I really like those two. They're covered call ETNs. One thing that I'm thinking about doing with my dividend investing strategy is actually having these guys, my M1 Finance dividend portfolio, getting enough shares so that my dividends from JEPI and JEPQ can buy other shares or dividend growth stocks. So I did have them. I got rid of them, and I need to implement them probably in the next 3 or 4 years. But I'm kind of focusing on high yield, high dividend growth stocks, income stocks right now. But eventually, JEPI and JEPQ will be added. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They will be added. I can guarantee you that they will be added. So I have nothing against those. Really good monthly passive income with JEPI and JEPQ. So 3M, I'm going to just tell you, I mean, I have a Littmann stethoscope. Littmann is probably the best stethoscopes out there. So those guys are the Littmann stethoscope is always going to be in demand for residents, new grad nurses, STNAs, PCAs. That's a really popular brand. 3M tape, that's another thing. 3M products in the hospital, they're everywhere. So even if they take a hit with this lawsuit or whatever is going on with their subsidiary, they're still going to be making money. COVID's still around. You still have to use a 3M mask, N95. And you have to wear, and then some of them have goggles that you wear. Although this wave of COVID I've seen really hasn't whacked anyone and killed them compared to the Delta that I've seen in the hospital. The Delta variant was way more. I really can't answer that, Maximo Alvarez. I would reinvest. I mean, I'm not giving financial advice, but reinvesting is good. Yeah, the baby powder thing, but remember, with Johnson & Johnson, they carry Tylenol. And Tylenol is way better than a non-steroid anti-inflammatory overall, because non-steroid anti-inflammatories can cause kidney damage and a risk of a GI bleed or a gastrointestinal bleed or an ulcer. And Johnson & Johnson carries Tylenol for pain. And as long as you don't have liver failure or some crazy effect, Tylenol is the number one medication that people usually prescribe first or recommend over a non-steroid anti-inflammatory. And Johnson & Johnson is heavy with Tylenol. That's one thing they bring to the table that is really big. Yeah, that's not a bad move with Johnson & Johnson, but they're a big juggernaut, don't get me wrong. But how about what about something like Prologis has pretty solid dividend growth versus Johnson & Johnson. Don't get me wrong, Johnson & Johnson is, the one thing with that versus Prologis too is the taxes, but there are some dividend growth stocks that are right around Johnson & Johnson's price that have a higher percentage out there. I may have to post some videos that's right around that price range too. Goldman Sachs, that's a good one. Just pointing that out. There are some ones with really good dividend growth over Johnson & Johnson too. But Johnson & Johnson is so solid. Don't get me wrong. Well, Intel CEO kind of reminds me of AT&T CEO, but I really think with Intel in the long run, the microchip war and the microchip arms race is going to be huge, because I'm reading in Columbus, some of their colleges are already trying to set up programs just for microchips, for people to work in microchip factories. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the way I read it in these articles. So that's going to be crazy in Columbus. Greg's actually followed a lot of some of my strategies. So I really like the business development companies. Dividend Bull and I think that would be a very interesting collaboration with Dividend Bull and I, because we like high yield, high growth, dividend growth stocks. We can never have one together either. I'd be willing to go on his channel and do that. I really think him and I kind of have the same philosophy when it comes to high yield and high growth stocks. I would do it in 5 minutes. I mean, I enjoy doing videos, collaborations with Ryan Williams and Russ as well. And when Hidden Freedom comes back, that would be a lot of fun to do collaborations with Hidden Freedom. I wanted to do one with Matt Money and Disney, but I don't think he's happy about my philosophy with dividends at all costs. But I'm not completely dividends at all costs, but we always discuss that. And, he's told me, well, I finally shut up about Disney finally, getting their dividend back. Well, that's one thing to keep an eye on. That's one thing I need to do, is eventually do cover calls. I think that would be something that would be pretty convenient. Semiconductors are in like a lot of stuff, so that's why it's kind of big. Try to see if I can get Greg on here. Yeah, I need to probably do a video on VFC. I've gotten way too many requests. I forgot about those guys. I'm really excited to reveal to you guys my dividend income. I'll probably do one individually on Arbor Realty Trust. It's going to be a good day with Arbor Realty Trust. It's going to be a lot of money in dividends. That's the beauty of compound interest, and it's not hard. All you have to do is put money away and leave it alone, reinvest the dividends. I would love to go on Dave Ramsey's show and just debate with him passive income. Because actually, sometimes with ETFs, individual stocks have beaten Vanguard VTI and index funds pretty significantly. So remember, Maximo, with Devo and Jeppy, sometimes you're kind of in that window. Like I said, with QYLD, RYLD, and XYLD, you're kind of in a box. Except with Jeppy and Devo, you're not completely in a box. But Johnson & Johnson and 3M, they hike their dividends. There's more consistency. There's more reliability. This is what I like about dividend stocks versus covered call ETFs and covered call ETNs. I mean, I do like them, but when I look at dividend stocks, I got reliability. Is it going to hike its dividend? Is it consistent? I'm just going to give KeyCorp as an example. It's reliable, hikes its dividend. It's raised price per share. Don't get me wrong, and I feel more confident in stocks like that for reliable income with getting raises. So that's the one thing. Well, ETFs are pretty much kind of like a stock / mutual fund. I mean, that's the way I look at them. Except you got to pay an expense ratio. Oh, that's another one, EAD and ERC. Yeah, the MLPs are pretty good. MPLX is one, and yeah, that's one that's really solid. And the thing is, with the K1s, exactly, and I have a tax advisor to deal with that, which I have a meeting with her so soon. So that's one thing that is it's going to be interesting having a meeting with her. Yeah, I mean, I got rid of DKL. I thought it was the expense ratio was high. I may rebuy it, but I see. Well, I mean, in that time frame, looking for income, that's totally understandable. Maximo. Maximino. Excuse me. I probably need glasses. Mr. Alvarez. And no, I can understand. I mean, that's good income. But again, looking at stuff that's a little bit more consistent, this is why I like realty income with stable income and dividend hikes, or Agree Realty Corporation, stable income and dividend hikes. I still like stability. But QYLD, RYLD, and XYLD, and JEPI and DIV will probably be added in the long run once I get older. But remember, the expense ratios are a little bit high. But remember, you don't get money taken out with realty income. You get nice hikes with realty income. So I'm just bringing out just some information for you. And realty income, price-wise, is not too bad. But again, JEPI and JEPQ are good. Income, covered call ETNs. Yeah, I know. REITs and ETFs are, it counts as income. I'm aware. Wow, 24 people. That's pretty good. Actually, this is really good information that people are providing just on investing and what they do. So this is really popping. 23 people. I'm really impressed. I thought it'd be like 10 people. Well, same here. I mean, gosh, I could have invested in Apple 2010 or something. I mean, all of us wish we knew what we could. But, myself being 37, I started really dividend investing in 2019. So it's been 3 years, and I have 2 dividend portfolios almost at $100,000. So, people want to complain about being single. There's a lot of perks to being single, and this is one of them. Really investing in yourself. Oh, I was just saying about this, James, with Canadian banks. The only problem that sucks with Canadian banks, what is, the dividend tax, the Canadian dividend tax. If you combined, now there's so many more U.S. bank stocks than Canadian banks. Overall, if you combine like Canadian banks and U.S. banks, like an even playing field, it looks like the dividend growth in the Canadian banks are just a little bit better, than the U.S. bank stocks. But the U.S. has a lot of bank stocks and a lot of quality bank stocks too. I mean, that's why I'm in, RF Stock, Bank of America, FITB, Fifth Third Bank, Bank OZK. That's why I'm in those ones as well. They are cheaper. So that's the one thing that's that Canada has on the United States. I just think just a slight, right there. I'm aware, yes. I'm pretty sure grinding retire. That's true. It's a good point. Right. That's exactly right, Shamir. I was just going to bring that up too. Like if you have a traditional or Roth IRA, you can hold the non-U.S. stocks in your retirement account, not have the withholding tax. I just posted a video on IEP. Hopefully you saw it. It's in my. I literally did one about a week or 2 weeks ago. Wow, Mr. Alvarez, we're talking bank. Look at this. I had all the awesome dividend companies like Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Apple, McDonald's, etc. sold all right before the decline to buy more. Income increased at 3 times. I had to do the situation very well. Saving me 15 years of more work was a great idea. I may have to have you on this channel and do a wow, that is a killer strategy. I may have to get you on here. United Healthcare is good. Type something real quick. So, Mr. Sal, what you can do, just as a favor, why don't you tell your buddy that's a nurse, that's on nursing forums and stuff, promote my name. I mean, if you guys could too. I mean, favor for a favor, free videos, no Patreon. Just post my name on Facebook and investing sites, or also like Reddit forums. If you guys are on Reddit, just say my name, Darth Dividend. Check out his channel. I wouldn't say no to that. Yeah, Ryan's a good guy. Actually, we text each other all the time and stuff. So I'm probably going to go on his channel a lot more and do collaborations. He does a good job. Good for him. I mean, he's really blowing up. It's exciting. Good for him. Got to do a few cover calls in WestRock. I saw the WestRock logo actually a few other places. I'm just glad their dividend's kind of back. One of my favorite Belgian ales I drink is Duval, and it has a WestRock logo on it. It's pretty cool. I may just post a shorts video on that. I got to get Matthew Ramey on here. I keep on mentioning his name. I know he's really busy, but he'd probably be one of the first people that I interview because his dividend investing strategies I followed in a lot of companies that he posted on his website. I did my digging. I'm like, man, this guy knows this stuff. Tyson Foods, BGS. I'll probably rebuy BGS. Another one is Conagra Brands. And let's see, Tyson, Conagra Brands. What's another one that I bought because of Ramey with his strategies? I did have WestRock too. So there's a lot of good ones out there. So with Cardinal Health, that's another dividend stock that is pretty solid. I cannot tell you how many times I use their gloves every day for my shift. And that's another one out in Cincinnati. Wound care, you name it, has Cardinal Health written all over it. Doing some covered calls. That's pretty cool. Try to just promote this link just one more time. Wow, 20 people. This is still pretty good. Do you guys have any stocks you guys want me to review? UAN. Write that down. All right, I'll look at DGX. See, what do you like about that stock, grinding retire? Some people really live and die by that one. Debating if I want to spread 40K across several stocks, drop it all in Jeppy, or buy a long splitter, and start a small business. Well, I wouldn't have all my eggs in one basket. That's the only thing I would say. Oh, log splitter. Like splitting woods and stuff, or letting people rent it. There's a few companies locally in my area that do that. I mean, we would, my family, like they live in a wooded area, and my parents, and my gosh, those big log splitters splitting wood, it's amazing how fast it splits wood. Holy cow. Doesn't matter how big the knots are. And I want to get to 100,000 in Fundrise. I'm being serious. I mean, I'm going to start. Yeah, Kroger, Tyson, Hormel, really good dividend growth stocks. Nothing wrong with that. It's good to be diversified. I mean, I only have a small percentage in crypto. Grinding and retire, you can say, well, back to being single. It's not you. It's just me. I want to buy the dividends. Were you married or were you in a relationship? I mean, thing is, like, with, ooh, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure she wouldn't dividend invest. She'd probably, oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really messed up. No, that's terribly messed up. I mean, that is just wrong. Sir, I'm sure Mr. Saul and I can tell you stories about people that aren't very faithful in the hospital. I'll tell you that. That's it's nasty out there. What's going on, Daniel? Grinding and retire, she must be a yield trap. It's the best way to sum it up. Yeah, if you guys saw that video with that person that was an issue in my complex, tried to get with me, as I referred to her as a yield trap with SDIV. She is now pregnant, and people are saying that literally that she drinks while she's pregnant. So that's another yield trap. So that's a bullet dodge. It's messed up. Unfortunately, she's a known cheater. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like grinding retire. To be honest with you, I went on a few dates with the yield trap in 2019 before the pandemic hit, like 2019, 2020. And yeah, this girl drank a lot, and she was attracted to people who treated her like garbage. She had low self-esteem, and have somebody that treats you well and you don't know how to act. So that was not a big loss. Gosh, that girl drank like a fish. She lived the bar life. Oh, not someone you might as well just buy Diageo stock with that one. Oh, I can't believe how much she drank. Now there's an elite dividend investor right there, Ethos. What's up? Yeah, she sounds like a huge yield trap. Wouldn't be surprised if she's a AMC ape. So Ethos, you want to hear something funny? Because I mean, this channel's pretty much, uh, we concluded stuff because it's past 10:15. And my goal for Lent was not to say the F word at all. It's very hard working in healthcare. Starwood, oh, I'll have to do a video on them. I did a video on Starwood. I'm a little wishy-washy on them. By the way, I'll have to get Ethos Supergirl Investor on here too. So I'm going to kind of reveal to you guys my apprentice. That'll be a pretty good collaboration. I know Dividend Bull really likes Starwood Properties. He really does like that one. I don't know. I remember people telling me about NLY, and I stay away from them. And they're like, "Oh, this one is a really good dividend," but in the long run, in affordability, in reliability. See, every time I look at Starwood, I compare it to Arbor Realty Trust. It's probably just a bias because I love Arbor Realty Trust so much, but it's I don't know. That's pretty good, grinding retire. Can't wait till I graduate so I don't have to, so I can put more money in my dividend portfolio. So you're clearing about 37K passively, grinding retire. What just name some examples of really good passive income that you have. Ethos, I'll have to get you on here. You're too quiet. Need to get you more on more YouTube collaborations. Get you with Ryan and everyone. Got to get you more active. Try getting stock investment analysis back on for YouTube. It's not going to happen. Ooh, I'm sorry about the disability check. Your injury. Did you get injured in Afghanistan? Have a good night. Jeez. I'm going to probably give it about 5 more minutes and then conclude this live stream. Ethos, which REITs do you like right now? You know, a lot of people actually think Stag is better than Prologis, which is hilarious. Prologis is a beast, complete beast with dividend growth. Yeah, I like Maine. I got those guys. Oh, I got LTC. I re-added LTC. Just their dividend growth isn't the best, but they're a high yield dividend stock, and they have a lot of properties. Well, I got OHI as well. I actually ran into somebody at a bar who works for Omega Health Investors. She's like, yeah, I work for Omega Health Investors. I go, OHI? I go, I own you guys as a stock. She goes, how do you know about us? I go, I do my due diligence. 34 positions is still pretty solid. That's a good amount of money. I mean, $34 quarterly, that's gonna just, I mean, they just hiked their dividend. Prologis invests in the same type of stuff that Stag does, except Prologis is Stag times 10. Dude, Ethos investing is like, he's like Vision Marvel. He can do anything. I think he has the Mind Stone like right here. It scares the hell out of me. Not gonna lie. Settling down in marriage is what really scares me. All right, I'm gonna get going, but hope you guys enjoyed this. It's kind of a wing it thing, and the thing is, like, with people who subscribe to this channel, if you hit the notification bell, you saw this. And the thing is, I mean, if you find, let me just say this, if you find the right person, I mean, marriage is fine. It's not a big deal, but just got to catch red flags. Got to get those yield traps out of that dividend portfolio. That's what it's all about. Got to catch the red flags for the yield traps, and that's it. All right, so I'm gonna get off. Just a lot of you guys that hit that notification bell. This is why subscribing and hitting the notification bell is important, because you see things like me going live randomly. So some things are unplanned like this. So glad I did it. It was a great time with you guys. And I'm going to try to maybe post 2 videos tomorrow for you. So just keep an eye on the channel. Thank you. Tesla, I think so. All right, you guys know where to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Let me just post my link real quick. Instagram.com/DarthDividend. And then I'm going to start revealing TikTok as well. So make sure you follow me on TikTok. If I can get to 10,000 followers on there, that would be very exciting. All right, you guys take care and have a great Saturday.